Alright, we are back, everybody, and it's time again for the NFL playoffs in Tecmo Super Bowl. We're going to start off with the Bengals and the Texans, and the Texans are played here by the Oilers. David Klingler was a legendary draft bust for the Bengals. He'd be unsuccessful on his first drive here, and the Bengals have to try the field goal. It's blocked. He'd be followed up by an undrafted quarterback that you may have heard of, named Warren Moon. He's a Hall of Famer, and he'd find Givens here for a big first down for the Oilers. This would set up a long pass to Duncan to end off the first quarter. At the beginning of the second quarter, Moon would give to Lorenzo White for a short touchdown, making it 7-0 in favor of the Oilers. Now, on the Bengals' next possession, Klinkler would show what made him the number one draft pick. A really long bomb here to Pickens. And that's about a 70-yard, actually, not 80, but 70-yard touchdown for the Bengals. That ties the game up 7-7. On the last play of the first half, however, Warren Moon is put into position to score with receivers wide open. However, he throws just a little too early to Duncan here, and he's stopped at about the 17. We enter the halftime tied at 7. Note Warren Moon's 100% completion rate and 104 yards midway into the game. That's impressive. Now, the Oilers would get the ball back to begin the second half. Moon would drive down the field for a second touchdown here by Lorenzo White on a short handoff. This would put the Oilers up by 7, putting the Bengals in a position where they need to score. But they are unsuccessful, and the Oilers get the ball back. Warren Moon would put the Oilers up by 14 here on a pass to White. That would be Lorenzo White's third touchdown all-purpose. They're up 21-7, and the Bengals need to score very badly. On 4th and 14, the Bengals would need to get a long play to even have a chance of staying in the game, and Klinger actually completes the pass to Pickens. However, on the next set of downs, they're unable to get the first down on a much more manageable 4th and 1, putting the nail in the coffin for the Bengals. Oilers would win 21-7. Alright, we're going to finish off the AFC wild card. The Colts, they go back to Baltimore to face the Ravens, where they originally landed was in Cleveland. Landed is the wrong term there, but who cares? Jeff George is still the Colts quarterback, which means I can make jokes about him. However, he starts out fairly well, and the Colts run game is really what gets him going. Culver there with a run up to about the 1-yard line. Johnson would finish it off there with the score. Browns are quarterbacked by Bernie Kosar, and he'll start out with a fairly long pass here to Carrier. He gets hot early on the first play, and that would get him into field goal range, but on the next set of downs, he would try to scramble, and ended up getting sacked there at the end of the first quarter. Colts up 7-0. Stover would be in field goal range, and he'd try to kick the field goal, but he'd miss right off the upright. No good. Colts now have the ball, and Jeff George has 3 men open. What's he going to do, though? We're going to make the same joke as we did 2 years ago. Maybe it was 3 years ago. I don't care. Jeff George, he's got so many men open. He's got 2 guys here. He's got 1 guy down here. In fact, you could even say 4 men if he leads this guy correctly down here at the bottom right. Certainly up at the top right, though, there's a mesh of brown, but there is a Colts receiver up there. You don't want to throw there. We're going to put a big red X through it. However, this is Tecmo Jeff George. And where's he going to throw? Well, right into triple coverage. That would be intercepted. The Browns would get nowhere on their next drive, though, and so they'd have to punt. And then the Colts would have to punt back. So the Browns have the ball there midway through the second quarter. And they're trying to get something going, but they really couldn't. They had to kick a field goal. That would make it 7-3. To start out the second half, the Browns would start with terrible field position. Kosar is in the end zone in the shotgun, and he would just get smothered. Sacked here by a herd of Colts. It's a 9-3 lead for the Colts. Here in the fourth quarter, Jeff George back with the ball. He'd go for it on 4th and 10. Curious call there. But no worries, because the Browns can't do anything. Could overthrow Carrier, and that seems to be the last chance for the Browns. George would take this opportunity to get intercepted again, giving the Browns yet another chance. Or giving the Ravens yet another chance, that is. Kosar would hand off to Vardell, curiously, for a first down, and then would throw to Horde for another. This sets up a situation with a last-second Hail Mary for the Ravens, putting them in position to win with a big play. Kosar would drop back for the pass, and everybody's wide open, but he would overthrow Carrier, ending the game with a score of 9-3 in favor of the Colts, bringing a merciful end to this awful game.